Hello, good morning. The Pokemon Unite patch is here, and now, thanks to not Nintendo or Tencent, but people on the internet, we have some actual numbers that we can go over to see what happened in this update. Whew! I feel tired. I look tired. I was up drinking too much water. A lot of water and a lot of whiskey. Too much whiskey. You know how I know it's too much whiskey? You can hear it in my voice. You can feel it in my throat. Hi, this is Jake, your resident content cowboy here. Yeehaw. I'm going to take you over to a Reddit post that seems to have a better breakdown of all the patch notes that we were looking at. I'll let you know what I'm doing on my channel here today. And yeah, let's just get into it. This comes from Wow, it's Major DOT on Reddit, and we can go through some of the updates that this person has figured out. We get actual numbers here, and this is what you normally get with patch notes in other games. I recognize that might not be the case with this game. It's going to take vague patch notes and then diligent people like this going in and figuring things out. So big shout outs to everyone who does that. I do not have the brain or time to handle something like this. So as far as what I'll be doing today, I have some guides I'm still working on. I absolutely want to get guides out for these Pokemon. A lot of these Pokemon I was waiting on making guides for because I did feel like they were a little underpowered, and I thought a buff would come soon, and surprise, surprise, here it is. I guess I'm psychic or something like that. But let's talk about some of these changes. And today, I'm going to have a video up, hopefully with each one of these Pokemon, just going over the changes briefly and then messing around with it in match a little bit. So, Charizard has some buffs, some big buffs. The cooldown of Flamethrower is reduced from 7 seconds to 5.5. It's a 20% decrease. Damage to opposing Pokemon is increased from 1116 and 230 over 3 seconds to 1116 and 460 over 3 seconds. So hanging out there, or no, not hanging out. This is Flamethrower. Boy, Jake. Ooh, Jake. Get it together, Jake. And this is a total DPS increase of 49%. A move getting changed as much is huge. Fire Punch, effects on opposing Pokemon strengthened. Still not positive what that means. Fire Blast, cooldown reduced from 11 seconds to 8 seconds. These are such huge reductions. I mean, they're massive. And then it affects strengthen. Don't know. Talonflame, these damage numbers, when I was looking at this, I thought, oh my god, they're really working to make Talonflame relevant, which I think is very cool because a lot of people pick Talonflame. They were excited about Talonflame, and then Talonflame is just underwhelming compared to other speedsters. So here we go. Acrobatics damage increased from 1491 to 2253, a 51% increase. These numbers, by the way, are all based on level 15 characters, but oh my gosh. Aerial Ace, damage to opposing Pokemon increased from 1034 to 1235. That's a 20% increase almost. Note, damage changed from Aerial Ace, not normal, not plus, was not calculated due to time restraints. Okay. Fly, damage to opposing Pokemon increased from 2325 to 2974, almost a 30% increase to 27.9% increase. These are huge increases. When I was looking at this Venusaur one, this is nuts. Sludge Bomb damage goes up from 999 to 1529, almost a 53.1% increase. I was gonna say almost a 53% increase, but it's more. Petaldance, move upgraded. More changes might exist. Please let me know if you identify them. Cooldown reduced from 11 seconds to 9 seconds, which is an 18.2% decrease. Note, this change is not reflected in the tooltip at the moment. In-game, the cooldown is reduced to 9 seconds, though. Solar Beam, cooldown reduced from 11 to 10 seconds. Great. I mean, anytime you reduce a move by 1 second, it's huge. You increase a move by a few seconds, it's massive. So these are big, big changes. They don't feel like big changes, but given how often you try to cast things in this game, if you're able to cast Solar Beam one more time because it comes up 1 second earlier, it's huge. Verdant Anger, the Unite move. Damage to opposing Pokemon increased from 2020 on hit and 1017 on seed to 2662 and 1338 on seed, which is a 31.7% increase. Huge changes to Venusaur. Just massive Venusaur buffs, which is good. Venusaur needed it. Absol got a Night Slash increase from 1345 to 1798, another almost third increase. Sucker Punch damage increased from 637 to 900, a 41% increase. This is the thing. This is what I was looking at, where my jaw hit the floor. This is unbelievably good, especially for me, someone who loves Wigglytuff. These numbers are crazy. Wigglytuff's health at level 1 stays the same. Its defense goes from 40 to 90. Its special defense goes from 30 to 80. It's becoming a tank, basically. It needs to switch roles. Level 15, its health goes from 8,000 to 9,452. I mean, that's so huge. Almost 1,500 points of health at level 15. From 200 defense to 539 defense. 149 special defense to 482 special defense. These numbers are unbelievable. I can't wait. I wanted Wigglytuff to be more competitive. This is so good. Double Slap, this amazing move, gets a damage to opposing Pokemon increase from 352 to 438. It's a 24.4% increase. Effects on opposing Pokemon strengthened, so I'm guessing the slow effects. Sing has been strengthened. This is the #1 thing I'm interested in playing today, is Wigglytuff, because this is crazy. They've changed this. This is a beast. Wiggly buff. Wiggly buff. Now let's talk about some of these nerfs, because these are huge. Eldegoss's cooldown on Cotton Guard increased by 2 seconds. That's crazy. That's crazy detrimental to Eldegoss. The healing is decreased from 590 to 416. I mean, I don't know. It's almost a 43.8% decrease. So crazy amount of health decrease. This is completely destroying the healer in the game right now. Cotton Spore does have a cooldown reduction, which is nice, but Cotton Guard was where you got all your healing and shields out of Eldegoss. So we're losing him. We're losing this support. There's no way this hangs out in the top anymore. It's just, at this point, I'd probably rather have another defender, maybe even have Wigglytuff, but maybe just rock Slowbro, Snorlax, or something like that. Why have a support that can't heal? You see with Cotton Spore, the effects on opposing Pokemon are strengthened, possibly the slow amount. The bonus defense received when casting went from 60 to 80. Special defense received went from 44 to 59. And the Unite move heals less, from 3581 to 2868. This is a huge Eldegoss nerf. Massive nerf. And now we have Cinderace. The Pokemon who really needed the biggest nerf in the game, honestly, was Cinderace, because it's crazy and it's god tier and nothing can stop it, and it has to be on every team. So here we go. Cinderace, attack reduced. Level 1, 150 to 135. It's a 10% decrease. Level 15, 479 to 418, a 12.7% decrease. So that's pretty huge. That's all it does, really, is its basic attack, and avoids every attack. It's ridiculously good, but that's a huge decrease, considering that's every single one of its attacks. We'll see if that's enough to drop it out of the meta. I honestly don't know if it is yet. I think it might have needed to be bigger. Blaze Kick, damage to opposing Pokemon reduced from 1216 and 141 over 3 seconds to 1002 and 123 over 3 seconds, a 10% decrease. So I think what they're doing when I look at Cinderace's stats here is they're realizing that you kind of need an AD carry unit inside of a game. That's essentially the role Cinderace fills. And they don't want it to go away, but they also don't want it to be a necessary insta-pick always in the jungle, because now it's kind of messing with the structure of what they anticipated for the game. Why would you ever have a Garchomp in the jungle when you could have had Cinderace? Why would you even put a Zera Aura in the jungle when Cinderace is so powerful? So I'm hoping that these tweaks have made Cinderace still pretty darn viable, but also not 100% necessary, the only Pokemon that matters late in game. Cinderace's Feint. This is a huge nerf for Cinderace. Duration reduced from 1.5 to 1 seconds, a 33% decrease. Apparently movement speed during this ability was reduced as well, needs further testing. Healing done by this ability reduced from 143 on the next 3 hits to 125. That's a 12.6% decrease. And then Pyro Ball is increased, just to give his kit something else that he can work with. But in general, hopefully Not nerfs that completely destroy Cinderace in every way, but also don't make him the absolute necessary #1. You have to have him on every team. He jungles, carry. Let's talk about Gengar. Gengar is interesting because I think people are still trying to figure out what's going on with Hex exactly, but Shadow Ball damage got a big increase, which I think is good because I would like to see a different Gengar build out there from 1602 to 2200, almost a 40% increase. Hex, iframes reduced, allowing for counterplay, but we need testing. So nobody knows exactly where he's invulnerable and how this works, but the damage has been reduced from 1371 to 1173. That's big. We don't know exactly how big that's going to be, but if it takes one more Hex to take someone out and he's more vulnerable throughout it, this is a massive change. Dream Eater, move upgrade, unknown change. People are not sure exactly what this means yet. Okay, Zera Aura. Zera Aura has his Wild Charge damage increase. I know some people liked running Wild Charge, so here you go. A 13.6% increase from 2956 to 3357. The cooldown has been reduced 1 second, and the total DPS is increased by 23.9%. Unite move Plasma Gale got a little weaker, a 14% decrease. I always thought his Unite move was a little too strong just for how it homed in on you as you're running away, but Cramorant's Whirlpool damage decrease. Oh, I'm sad to hear it. From 4732 to 4114, a 13.1% decrease. And note, this number is inflated due to testing taking place at level 15. So we're actually not sure how big this is going to be early game, but they wanted to decrease it, and they've increased his dive damage from 974 to 1092, a 12% increase. So not bad. Machamp. Let's take a look at Machamp. Cross Chop. Damage to opposing Pokemon reduced from 1322 to 941. This is a big decrease for Cross Chop, a 28.8% decrease. And Close Combat, the damage is increased 7%. I don't know. Close Combat, I'm not sure if it's going to start being taken because it is a big Cross Chop decrease, but Cross Chop is still really, really good. And then people are working to see what's happening with Lucario. There's some bug fixes going around, but those are the basic patch notes that we found. We have another one here that gives me something more detailed. The Lucario bug fix, I'm actually not still exactly sure on what this means, but I've heard it's a nerf, and I want to test it out a little bit, play around with it. Lucario, obviously, you know, was kind of an assassin, just diving in and taking someone out with this massive amount of damage. So I wonder if they've lowered the damage he's gotten from his boosted attacks. We'll have to see what that's going to look like. I've also got more guides coming. I have some beginner guides that I'm working on. Just a lot of cool stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know what you'd like to see. I love you all, and I will see you all next time.